Hello Scorpio, this is your extended reading. So let's continue where we left off in um, the first part, right? So if in the first part you were beginning to see things taking shape, the initial signs of manifesting things or seeing the results of your effort of, just the work that you have put in a certain project or an endeavor or a business, by following the guidance of your life partner, it seems like you do so, very slowly here in the extended. But it seems like as soon as things become real and the results come to the point that you were expecting, is almost like the same time when the biggest fears that you have show up again. It's almost like the time when you receive what you were expecting, the old fears and beliefs that perhaps you're not worthy, or perhaps it's too much, how will I handle all of this? It's like all of these old beliefs come back to frighten you and to scare you away, which I feel like it's like a little bit of an inner battle that you will have to go through, because again, it's almost like you are this external observer to whatever is going on. It's almost like you are going through this experience, but it's almost like you are also witnessing from the outside in. So you are within it, but you're also, perhaps it's like things are going at a different pace, that if you thought that things were taking so long to bring you the results that you were expecting, and when they finally come in and it's like they are real, right? It's like they are really here in front of you, they are tangible. There is a little bit of doubt, I have to say, in you. Are you doubting because it took longer than you were expecting, and now that it's here, it's like you're not believing, or it's like you're having a little bit of a hard time to handle it, really, because I feel like there is this lack of confidence in you, and it's almost like you're trying to tackle the practical side of it, but also maintain the advice that you received, right? To point to your heart and just like open the eyes of your heart to see the results coming, and then you will find that the true value is already there, right? It is going to grow in a sense, and I feel like you are able to do so until it gets real enough that the results come in. So we begin with the Seven of Cups, but I'm also going to include straight away the second card, which is the Eight of Cups. And so we have 7 going to an 8, and this is all your partner, right? The one that in the beginning you saw as the Knight of Cups, but then straight away when you followed their advice and it worked, right? It started to feel like they earned your respect. It's like it's not only that they are there to give you support as family or as life partner, right? It's like they are there, like they are all in it with you, although they don't understand what you're doing, perhaps, right? Because they're not part of the technical team or the work environment. It's like they don't have to know about it. They are coming with their love, essentially, which is the most important thing, and the thing that perhaps you were not considering or you were not giving full credit for, but you did, right? You saw how they really earned this respect, right? Because it worked. And here, this is you. It's like the love that they are sending out to you, right? Just by being in the same room, the same atmosphere. It's like they are emanating this love that is, it's almost like surrounding you, but also it's like creating, what I'm seeing with these, with the Eight of Cups, is like this red carpet. So it's like, it's not only that the love that they are giving you, that they are providing with support and words of advice, and however they are showing their love, it's like they want to make their presence known to you, right? But there's also something about surrounding you with this particular energy of love, because perhaps you are so impatient, and perhaps you are, you know, in this this whirlwind of preoccupation or anxiety, and, you know, just with your focus just pointed towards work or whatever is now capturing all of your attention. And it's not that they want to distract you, it's almost like they want to comfort you. So they are surrounding you with all of this love, and they are extending this red carpet of love, so that when you do pace from one side to another of the room, it's like you do so on this red carpet of love, so that you are embraced by love. So this is all they're doing, but also you listening to them, you following their advice, you letting them help, you adjusting to this warm embrace, even though you are still pretty much focused in what you have to do, because it seems like there are practical stuff to be done, right? So we have the Nine of Pentacles, so we have the 7, 8, and 9. So this was showing me that there is growth, right? So if in the beginning of the first part, we started with the Ace of Pentacles going to the 4 of Pentacles, and now we have the 9 of Pentacles, right? It's like that initial seed is still there, but now it's been, you know, expanded, because, oh, I have to sneeze. I can't. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance if I sneeze in the middle of this reading. So, as I was saying, this pentacle in the middle is the initial sign that you were receiving from the first part, that perhaps your business partner was trying to hand to you and you weren't seeing because it was so small, or perhaps for you it was, you know, just so insignificant that you were missing out completely on it. But because now you are surrounded by this love of this partner that now you consider in such a high regard, right? Because it's now, it's like through your eyes of your heart, it's like you are seeing their heart too. You are seeing how good of an influence they are in keeping you relaxed and calm and focused in something else that is not this anxiety hole, right? Or just this whirlwind of impatience that is, you know, taking your energy. So yes, you need to focus on work. Yes, you need to focus on practical things. Yes, you need to think, you need to focus on numbers and sheets and spreadsheets or whatever it is. This Nine of Pentacles is pretty much the results of your efforts. It's like everything that you have put into, right? All the labor that you have put into this project, it is coming back. It is being handed to you. It is being manifested, but only because you are surrounded by all of this love. And this is when you still, I mean, their presence is still there, right? Your life partner is still there, and this business partner is still there. The whole characters, right, of the scene is pretty much the same. The difference is that when it reaches this point of expectations being met, at least on your side, you start to doubt yourself. It's almost like your ability to trust in this way of manifesting, right? Or this loving environment and atmosphere that you were surrounding yourself by the good influence of your life partner. It's like by keeping them there, you were in this completely loving environment that helped you to focus in the practical things that needed to be dealt with to get to this point. But because it's being followed by the Four of Cups, this is where it goes back to the Four of Pentacles here from the first part. Although the way that they helped you in the first place was to, you know, help delineate the space in which this first sign was appearing, right? It's like they were drawing the lines, they were pointing it out, not only by pointing the thing, but it's like they were drawing like the space around it. I don't know if this is clear. It's like whatever it was that your business partner was trying to point out just by pointing towards this thing, you were not seeing because it was just a little speck of dust, a little stone in the middle of a platter, right? And when this one was drawing the line and, you know, delineating the space, it's like you started to see, because you started to see with the eyes of the heart how they advise you to look at it. But when you get to this point of prosperity, perhaps of abundance, of seeing the results coming back, this is when you start, it's like whatever you started seeing the growth back then, right, when they first pointed out, when it grew to the point that you were expecting, it's almost like your confidence in this non-traditional, let's say, way of manifesting or way of keeping the spirits elevated drops. Because it's almost like you have achieved what you set out to achieve. So now that it's done, it's like your ability to continue following the advice to keep the spirits elevated, or the room, you know, filled with this loving environment drops, right? We go from the 7 to the 8 to the 9 and then to the 4. So this is you needing to set the boundaries straight to keep the frequency high, frequency of love in the room high. And this is something that I feel it's like triggering in you memories from a time of lack of love, perhaps the lack of material abundance. And this is all coming through here actually in the last row, but it starts with this it's not distrust, it's just the it's like diminishing or toning down the full confidence in this advice that they gave you. It's almost like now that you have earned what you were expecting to receive back, it's like now you are not considering it fully, everything that they said. It's like almost to the point that you're saying to them, like what I'm hearing right now is like, okay, I don't need this anymore. Now I have work to do. And this is where it gets bumpy or difficult and challenging for you because, sorry. So we have the 2 of Swords, the Devil, and the 5 of Swords. So, how do I say this lightly? Scorpio, the moment that you drop the energy, the moment that you distract yourself from this environment of high frequency and elevated spirit, it's almost like the past is coming back to haunt you. Because this Devil in the middle, in between 2 Swords cards, right? The 2 and the 5. You know, if we think traditionally, these 2 cards are very you know, conflicting cards, right? In the traditional tarot, one that you have a blindfold over your eyes, which, you know, contradicts a lot the way that your life partner, your spouse was advising you to, you know, open the eyes of your heart. So somehow something that happens when you receive what you were expecting, it's like your confidence or your trust in this alternative way of manifesting, it's gone. It's like, well, not gone, but it's like it really drops down, right? But when it's almost like when this air filled with love drops because you're so focused in the practical things, it's almost like your guard is down and now the past is ready to come back, you know, full force. And this Five of Swords, well, usually the fives to me indicate like a specific location. So perhaps there is purpose in this. There is, you know, some sort of lesson to be learned, which I am a little bit reluctant to do so, because why would you do something that, you know, you already felt like you were embraced by love, that you were surrounded by this beautiful environment, not only because of the presence and the energy of this one, but also because you were allowing it to embrace you, right? But once you lose confidence in it, it's almost like, okay, so it worked so far, it worked to bring me the results that I wanted, right? But now I have work to do. Now I cannot distract myself with this thing, right? With this alternative thing. Like, I have practical things and technical things to deal with, so I can no longer dedicate my energy or attention towards this lovey-dovey kind of thing, right? That your life partner is proposing to you, it's advising you. So it gets replaced in a sense by doubt and fear and, you know, old patterns that were not good for you, that were not healthy for you. And this is when this message of, oh no, will I be able to handle all of this? What have I done? I know that it was everything that I wanted, everything that I expected, but now will I be able to keep this going? Will I be able to keep this prosperity, you know, abundant? Is this something that is just not going to be, you know, drained out? Or is it something that is going to last? This is all your doubt. And to me, it seems like this is something that you have to deal also. It's not only the paperwork, the spreadsheets that you have to fill, or, you know, it's not just about the work itself. It is also your perhaps fears and inner fears on how to deal perhaps with a lot of money, a lot of prosperity, a lot of visibility, a lot of resources, a larger team, whatever it is. This Nine of Pentacles, it is a lot of responsibility also, and it seems like it's come to the point that you cannot avoid seeing it. It's like you have to face the devil. You have to stay there to face your fears. This is all talking about there is purpose in facing your fears. It's not just about, you know, contemplating and opening yourself to receive the things that you have put so much work into it. It's like, yes, there is a moment of celebration, but there's also a moment of, yes, that's a word, management. It's like not only managing the resources or managing the results, right? Or the outcome. It's like you need to manage your fears. This is, well, I have to say, this is perhaps the most valuable thing, right? That you will receive. This is the thing that you were missing out in the first place. right? Because it was just a small speck of dust in the middle of the room, right? So you're not seeing that, yes, the financial abundance, the success, the independence, the it's like your business doing great. This is all in this Nine of Pentacles, but within it is this small thing that you were missing in the beginning, that your partner helped to see you, helped to point it out to you, to make you see that really there is something that you are still missing, and that you have to stay a little longer to face it, even though it can be quite uncomfortable, right? But this is the real value in it. So let's see what the astrological runes have to add, because now I'm curious. It's like, are you able to deal with the practical side but also with the inner fears? I feel like you are, right? Otherwise they wouldn't be, you know, stacked up like this, because I feel like it's part of dealing with the results. So let's see. Ow. Yeah. Okay, so there is success. So the rune that came through is Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of growth, of success and opportunity, and even luck, right? Good luck. So good luck is here for you. And I feel like the moment that you drop the love vibration, in a sense, is when all of the fear step in. So when we talk about Jupiter, it's like it is going to grow whatever direction you point towards it, right? So it's on you, Scorpio, to decide whether you want to grow this amazing result, right? The success of your business or your endeavor, or do you want to make this inner fear grow again? So I feel like it's actually up to you where you want to point your energy towards. It's like your partner, right, was very clearly saying and pointing towards the love, but also your business partner was pointing towards this one valuable piece, which is, to me as a reader, beyond just the financial success. It's like overcoming also this inner fear about success, about abundance, about prosperity, about, you know, things that work out in your favor. So do not let your self-doubt grow, because it could if you fed it, right? It's like, feed this part and not this part. This is the choice, in a sense, which is really interesting, because I feel like it's up to you, and you have like it's like you have the perfect environment, right? You have the right people in the same room as you to help to keep this love vibration elevated, so to inspire you and not let you drown in these old fears. So this is actually such a beautiful reading, Scorpio. I'm, you know, really happy with the outcome. Perhaps, you know, this is the surprise for you too. So I hope it was insightful for you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.